Business confidence is starting to return. The short-term lender Just Cashflow extends support to startups, and company insolvencies still remain low. All of this in the latest Business Finance Bulletin. Let's open this bulletin with some good news from Hitachi Capital Business Finance. As part of their quarterly Business Barometer series, they've spoken to approximately 1,300 small business owners, and the resounding message is that confidence is beginning to return to the marketplace. Let's have a look at those businesses who say that they are predicting growth. Well, 3 months ago, 26% of businesses said that they were predicting growth for their business. Wind forward 3 months to today, that figure now stands at 36% of business owners saying that they are planning growth over the coming months. That's quite a big increase, and is a big vote of confidence for the UK economy. Let's look at the flip side about businesses who were fearing collapse. Well, 12 months ago, the survey found that 29% of small business owners said that they were fearful that their businesses would not survive. Now, 12 months later, that figure stands at just 7%. That's a significant fall, and just shows how much confidence is now starting to come back into the marketplace. But of course, it's not all plain sailing. I just want to make you aware of one key thing to look out for, and that is growth brings its own problems, particularly in terms of cash flow. When you start growing again, particularly if you're growing rapidly, there's a big demand on your cash. You need to buy in stock, you need perhaps to fund a growing debtor book. All of this needs cash. So do watch that and make sure that you are forecasting your cash flow requirements ahead to make sure that you don't run out of funds. But overall, a really good vote of confidence for the UK economy. If you're planning to start up a new business, or you have recently started one, I'm sure you'll agree that the one thing that can hold you back is cash, or more particularly, cash flow. Now, poor cash flow can be a real killer for any business, but for startups in particular, can be very challenging. Well, the short-term finance provider Just Cashflow has announced that it's now going to support qualifying startups by giving them access to their Revolving Credit Facility, which is a facility up to an amount of £10,000. Now, this sits alongside their newly launched business account. Now, the Just Cashflow business account is available via a mobile phone or a desktop app, and it does all the things that a traditional bank account will do. You can make payments online, both in and out. You have a master debit card as well. It integrates with various software accounting packages, so it really is a good alternative to your main high street banks. In particular of interest, of course, to say to startups, you may be able to access this revolving credit facility up to a maximum of £10,000. Now, this facility acts essentially like an overdraft limit. There are often times when you need to make payments out, but you haven't got the cash in from your clients yet. So it acts like a bridge between cash in and cash out. So a really useful facility for startups. So if you want to know more about the revolving credit facility and also the new business account, just go along to the Just Cashflow website, which is just-cashflow.com. A great new service by Just Cashflow, and good to see that people are out there supporting new startups. To close this bulletin, let's take our usual monthly look at company insolvency figures. Now, it's a bit of a depressing topic, of course, but it's really important that you watch this, particularly if you provide credit to your customers. If you're giving them 30, 60, 90 days before paying you, you really need to watch the trends going out there to make sure you don't get caught out. Now, the figures, as I've reported in previous bulletins, continue to be very low, which is puzzling compared to where the UK economy is at the moment in terms of the stresses out there. Well, the latest figures have been released by the Insolvency Service for March 2021, and in that month there were 992 firms that went into some form of insolvency arrangement. Now, compared to March 2020, that is down 20%, and that's the puzzle. You've got, as I said, lots of stresses in the economy, and yet a lower number of businesses are entering into insolvency compared to March 2020. If you wind it back a further 12 months to March 2019, and this figure is down a further 37%. So again, a very large drop in the number of businesses going into insolvency. Well, of course, the reasons behind this is the level of government support, the bounce backs and the CBILS loans that were given, the furlough, or the various grants. But we know all of that is now coming to an end or has come to an end. So undoubtedly, the stresses will now start to come through. The other thing, of course, is the perils that come with growth. Now, I mentioned in the first segment that you've got to watch out. When you grow your business, there's always a kind of an increased demand for cash. And if you can't access that, then you'll further get into trouble. So if you are providing credit, just keep an eye on those firms, making sure that they are financially sound. And also, if you are one of the businesses suffering financially, make sure that you take the appropriate advice. Go speak to your financial advisor, your accountant, or seek out a licensed insolvency practitioner in order to make sure that you seek out the correct advice. Well, that's it for another bulletin. As ever, I hope you liked it. And if you did, please don't forget to give it a like, a share, and of course, subscribe to this channel. So that's it. Look forward to being with you next time. In the meantime, have a great, successful, profitable, and safe week.